Okay, honey.
Yes.
It is Wednesday. It is weigh-in Wednesday, and I'm going to let you go first. So, you want to just give it to us? Give us the skinny, and then we will talk about what you did different this week.
Okay, I am down 1.8 pounds.
Okay. Which is amazing.
Amazing.
Okay.
Total?
And so, since you started back in December, right?
December 18th.
Okay. You started 10 days later than I did. We were both kind of trying to take off the 10 right off the top. And we're like, once we get to that 10, we'll move on to the next one. So did you achieve the 10?
I did.
So you took off the
Minus
10.
10.6.
Awesome.
Since I started.
That is so awesome.
And it's been painless.
Okay, so
Absolutely
this week,
painless.
let's look at this. Now, I'm so glad. Now, last week wasn't much of a budge. A little bit. It was like 0.2.
Yeah.
This one was a big one.
Yeah, this was 1.8.
What did you do different this week?
Okay, well, oddly enough, I averaged 25 points a day, and I am allotted 22 points a day. So, there's that. But I moved my snacks closer to my meal time. So then I kept my insulin under control.
Did you have them in your meals, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I backed them
your
up to
meals?
the meal. Yeah, as
Okay.
opposed to 2 or 3 hours or
You
in
would-
between meals, I moved them to the meal.
So basically, you ate more at your meals. Basically, did you feel like you were stuffing yourself to do that?
No,
or
not at all. I've been averaging 25 points a day, and I'm allotted 22.
And
so
you still made 1.8, was it?
that's because that insulin.
Because
it's
you had
keeping it under
less
control.
insulin responses out there.
3 squares a day.
Yeah, so you had 2 less responses out there, which were fat storing responses.
There
and
you go.
Cut those down.
There you go.
That's awesome. And you feel good?
I feel great.
Anyway, you have anything else to say?
That's about it.
All right, good job, honey. Hey, everybody, it's my turn to do my weigh-in, and I'll try to make it quick. There's a lot I want to say, but I have to save some for later. But first, I wanted to say a quick thank you again to everybody who poured out so much love and so much support to my honey and me over that email video, that cyberbully video. It meant the world to us, and we didn't answer every comment on there because we didn't answer any of them. We just loved all your comments, but because I wanted to say it to your face, and I wanted to say so much. But suffice to say that you guys have really restored so much in us, and not that we doubted you, but somebody is so mean to you, you think, oh my goodness, how many more people are like that out there? But come to find out, yes, I said before, cyberbullying is alive and well. Well, so is kindness, and so is generosity, and everything that you guys showed to us. So thank you for restoring us. And also wanted to say a big shout out to Sandy from Let's Get Fit with Sandy, because she mentioned us in her video with such kind words of support. And Sandy, if you're watching, I just want to let you know that it really touched us. Thank you very much. And also I wanted to thank a lot of people that I think came over from Sandy's channel for coming over. I hope you join the Cat on Point family as well, and that you'll stay here, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that we can see you more, and stay here and be a part of us as well. We have wonderful, wonderful viewers, and it's a very supportive community. So anyway, let's get right on now to the weigh-in. Last week, I weighed in and lost 1.8. Right, so this week I've lost 1.4. For those of you who are new and have noticed that I'm doing low carb, because I put up that cheesecake video last time, low carb cheesecake, and I don't eat like that all the time, but it's nice to have a little treat once in a while. I didn't set out to go, I'm going to go low carb so I can lose weight. That's not how I got here, or how we got here, because honey does it too. What happened was I saw my doctor the end of February, and my blood work said I need to go low carb because my A1C was it put me in the pre-diabetic zone, and I've never been there before. And it was a wake-up call. And I have had a lot of relatives who have passed from complications to diabetes and who struggled with all of the horrific effects of it. And it just really scared me to be in that zone. And when I told my doctor, I can't do this. I need to get out of this. He just looked at me and he said, what's genetic? There's nothing you can do about it. I don't believe that. I'm going to get out of this zone, and that's what I'm doing. So I've done a lot of looking into just how to do that, and I believe that it's working. I take my blood work again at the end of May, and I can't wait to prove him wrong. So that's what I'm doing. So that's why I'm low carb, is because I'm trying to bring my sugar level down. So I ended up taking a lot of high glycemic load foods out, definitely sugars and real sugars and things like that. My fruit went down to berries. I'm off of the potatoes and the rice and even the whole grains and the oats and the good things that I was doing, because turns out, now I'm not a donutty, sugary, I love donuts, but I haven't had one in like almost a year. And I'm not a soda drinker or a juice drinker. I haven't had alcohol. I'm not, you know what I mean? I tried to stay with whole foods for as much as possible. And I even did that while I gained weight over the last 2 years. But it's obvious to me that my body, it had crossed the threshold of trying to, all of these good things, even if they're whole grains, they actually turn into glucose in your body, and you can only store a certain amount. So you get to the point where it becomes full, you cross this threshold, and your body just can't deal with it anymore. And that's what happened to me, I believe, is that's what pushed me into pre-diabetic, that territory, and I need to get out of there. So I had to take all those things out for now, and that kind of funneled me into being low carb. So that's how we got here. I'm not primarily anymore wanting to just lose weight, although that's a nice side effect. I need to bring that sugar level down. I need to bring my A1C down. Now, when I started doing this at first, I was really coming from the mindset of, I was really eating low fat and, very healthy, but in the low fat arena. And so when I would input my meals into Weight Watchers, and I do use the Weight Watcher app, I just use the diabetic option. So my avocados are free. Can you believe that? That's awesome. Okay, so when I used to put them in during the low fat stuff, I would be really trying to get as few points as possible. And I'd say, oh man, I'd shoot for 5 or less points per meal, right? Because I only had like 16 a day. So of course I'm going to do that. Now I have 22 doing the diabetic option. And at first I was in that mindset, I need to stay low. I need to stay low with my points. And yes, I want to stay within my points, but I'm no longer afraid to use what I need to use. My appetite is completely changing doing this. And I did go through like 2 weeks of different types of withdrawal symptoms from carbs, where I was like dizzy and stuff like that. But I said, go ahead. You have to stick it out, Kat. You have to stick it out. For me, I really felt I needed to, because I wanted to get over that hump, which I did. Now I'm fine, so that I can, work on this A1C. This is really what it's all about. And inadvertently, I'm having these wonderful weight loss surprises. So I'm okay with that. Now, that means that I am down the 10 pounds that I wanted to take off. Finally, from the last 2 years, it's gone. And now I can start on the next 10, which I already have started because I'm 0.2 on that zone already. So anyway, that's my weigh-in. And I know I explained a lot, and some of you have heard it before, but I wanted to make sure that I was thorough for people who are new here so they know what we're doing. So I am going to let you finish watching the rest of the video. I've got some foods and things that I've had this week. So I'll just show you that. And I will see you next time, guys. I love you a lot. Thanks for being here. Bye. All right, on this day, I am having some spaghetti squash with a chicken breast from Sam's. They come already grilled and prepared. And I make a whole bunch of spaghetti squash at one time, and then that way I can just pull it out as I need it. 2 tablespoons of the Prego sauce, a 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese, and then some turkey pepperoni. And I'm going to stick it in the microwave to kind of like melt it all together. Now, I don't like spaghetti squash by itself like that, but I do use some of this cheesy seasoning blend from Trader Joe's on it. It's fairly low calories, so I mix that in with it, and it really makes it taste so much better and makes it taste really cheesy. So I really love that. I also decided to make a salad with this dinner here. So it's just a bit of spinach, some avocado, purple onion, and I use this Walden Farms honey Dijon in here. This is like 0 everything for 2 tablespoons. So it's amazing. And I'm drinking some Zevia with it, which I've really come to like. Now, I have a whole bunch of these sardines. Sardines are one of the most, one of the healthiest fish that you can have if you like them. I get these at Costco. Hubby likes his put in the fridge. I like mine room temperature. But I mean, you can see they have 0 carbs. They're really good for you, have tons of protein in them, and I can eat a whole can. And same thing with the tuna. Hubby likes his in the fridge. I like mine at room temperature. I really don't care about the tuna. But wild caught, actually, the chunk light tuna is actually better on mercury than the albacore white tuna. It's got less in the chunk light. So this is kind of a weird looking lunch, I know, but it really hit the spot that day, and I liked it just fine. It was 3 celery stalks, and I'm using 1 tablespoon of this organic creamy peanut butter in all of those. I know it says Mom's. It's not just mine. I'm not being stingy. We have another peanut butter that's for doggy treats, and I don't want the kids to get mixed up. So this one's like, don't use this one. This has no hydrogenated oils and stuff like that. So I like to use this one for the celery. I'm also having my sardines, a 1/2 ounce of pork rinds, and a 1/2 ounce of the Kerrygold aged cheddar, and of course another Zevia. And I just use the pork rinds like chips and lay the sardines on them with a little bit of cheese, and it's really good. All right, I'm also preparing for the week, so I'm just hard boiling like 18 eggs. I'm going to peel them all, stick them in the fridge. And I've got a pork tenderloin here. These are fairly lean. This one's really good. I like getting the ones that have like a marinade already because I don't have to do that extra step. All I do is just stick it in the toaster oven, and I put it in there for like 40 minutes or whatever, however long it is. This one's fairly big. Is it a mockingbird?
I don't think so.
So pretty. Oh, there he goes. Okay, roasted up some asparagus with just a little olive oil and some Hidden Valley Ranch powder on it. And now I'm going to be sauteing some garlic. Now, the little pieces of garlic are for the kids. I'm going to be making them some carbonara spaghetti, and then the big ones are just for me and hubby. I just want to tenderize them and lay them over our pork tenderloin with some asparagus, and that's what we're going to be having tonight. So I'm just trying not to burn them. Look at them, they look so good. I want them to get nice and brown and crispy, and they're going to just be a little tender and a little sweet with our dinner. And so here's our dinner. It's fairly simple tonight. We're usually not too hungry at dinner time. All right, breakfast the next morning, and I have one of my mug muffins. I'll try to put the link down to the video down below. A couple of eggs, a bacon, and I have half a cup of strawberries with 1 tablespoon of heavy cream and some Swerve on it. And this was a really filling breakfast. And I'm also using some of this on my toast. This is sugar-free, and 1 teaspoon of this is 0 points. It's apricot spread. It's really, really good. All right, and this day I was having a Cobb salad picky plate. I started with some romaine lettuce, and this is all the stuff that I'm just going to kind of have fun with. Green onions are from our garden, tomatoes, a 1/4 of an avocado, some cucumbers, an egg, a tablespoon of blue cheese, 1 bacon, and 2 ounces of chicken breast. And I'm using the Walden Farms blue cheese. Really good. So I'm just going to kind of have fun and make these little sandwiches and stuff out of this. This was a really good idea.